Innovation ROI, the what, how, and when to measure ROI. We are starting a new study in partnership with IRI Innovation Research Interchange to learn more about best practices related to innovation ROI. My name is Greg. I'm the statistician at Eureka Ranch. I'm leading a team consisting of Lydia, Maggie, and Doug as well, who are all experienced leaders at managing innovation and helping other companies innovate and manage innovation. When thinking about why we should measure innovation ROI, it is important to ask ourselves what decisions we're trying to make. And we decided that our goal of knowing ROI from innovation is to enable us to better manage, predict, and finance our innovation efforts. This is different for me. In the past, people asked about ROI to be convinced that they should innovate. But now, we know we should innovate. A small minority disagree that we need to innovate. Data has been available for years now showing innovation is a better strategy for higher profits. And frankly, we've all seen businesses and products fail to innovate and go out of business. So we know that we should innovate, but what we don't know is how much should we invest? How long until we see a return, if we even see a return, and when should we reinvest? These are the types of questions we'll be able to answer knowing innovation ROI that will help us better manage, predict, and finance innovation. The first challenge is defining innovation. I define innovation as anything that is both meaningful and unique. So meaningful to your customers, to your organization, and to you. And unique, well, unique to the world, something new and different, and it's going to require change. This, of course, includes new products and services, but also branding and marketing messages, and system improvements, process improvements, new methods for working smarter. So when I think about measuring innovation, the first thing that pops into my mind is my innovation system, where I have a strategy and we create ideas and then move those ideas through the pipeline. And of course, we can track metrics like pipeline value based on all the project values for each idea. But I want to take a step backwards from this. So imagine putting a black box over your innovation system, and we're focusing on what investments we're putting in first. We want to figure out what we want to measure here. Innovation budget, R&D spending come to mind first, but there's also investments in system, your project management software, your employees' time and salaries. You invest in training employees, outside consultants, and maybe even licensing technologies. And I'm sure this list is going to grow as we work together. Then on the other side, we think about returns. Financial returns, like new sales, higher profits, or more customers, come to mind first, but there's cost savings from those process improvements. And we've even seen things like safety improvements being quantified, employee retention when there's an innovation culture, intellectual property is another return. And then most importantly is companies have a mission or a goal they're trying to achieve other than just making more money. And if those are being achieved, that has value as well. And then lastly, we also need to talk about time, because when you make more investments, you don't instantly see the returns. So I know there's going to be a lot of variance there between companies and industries, but we don't want to ignore that variable either. Speaking of uncertainty, there's some values here that we might have a pretty good idea of where we could find those out, and others where they're a lot less tangible and are going to be harder to estimate. The good news is when there's a lot of uncertainty, we don't need much data to start to reduce uncertainty. Our goal is just to reduce uncertainty. We're going to start with some rough estimates. They're going to be wrong but useful, and we're going to find out if we're in the game or not. And then we're going to bound those estimates, because it's better to model that uncertainty than ignore it. And we're going to figure out also, which ones have the most variance and areas that we need to go learn more about. And then from there, we can go learn more. We can ask for help and also learn from each other. When thinking about when to measure innovation ROI, we're seeing answers ranging from, now to never. So wherever you might fall on this spectrum, I hope you participate in our research project because we can all learn from each other and establish some best practices. So in summary, we're looking to learn what to measure to calculate innovation ROI, how to do so, and when to do so. If you'd like to participate in this research project, please email me or you can use the link to schedule a meeting. Thank you.